Right, 210 Boxing TV here, the one and only Derrick James. Super fight.
I really don't know, but now listen, look, wait. There's only one question.
All right. So here with Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, super fight. Had a little scrum. They get into it. What do you think about the whole little thing?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see when they got into it?
No, I was over talking. I couldn't see it.
Okay, man. It seemed like they've been, talking a lot of trash, getting into it all week.
Right.
A lot of stuff's been talked back and forth even between the promoters, everything.
Right.
They made a big deal about the rehydration clause. Both guys make weight. What do you think about that whole thing, the whole rehydration thing, 10 pounds and all that?
If you're the IBF champ, you can only gain 10 pounds within from the way into the day of the fight. So it doesn't even matter what they're talking about. The only time you can forego that if you are fighting for the unified championship. Like you have multiple titles or WBC, WBA, or the WBO. That's the only ones that you can gain as much weight or whatever. But if it's IBF, so it's no big deal. I mean,
That's interesting because, with Spence, they always try saying Spence is a weight bully, but he don't ever gain more than 10 pounds.
He has to do the same thing the next day. But now he doesn't because he has multiple titles. So when you win the IBF, then all the other titles, then you don't have to abide by that in particular.
Oh, okay.
So when you just IBF champ, that's when you got to do it.
But he had that one since the Kell Brooks fight, 2017.
Nobody wants to gain weight like 10 to 12 pounds, 15 pounds, but they're too sluggish, too heavy, and they can't, it can't even move in the ring.
Do you think it's a little bit overblown? They're making a big deal than really a bigger deal than what it is, really?
I mean, we always got to find an excuse before anything happens. They just kind of setting you up for the volleying it over the net, basically, kind of telling you what it is,
Because if Ryan loses, he could say, well, he could use the hydration clause, and then if Tank loses, he can say, well, it was a bigger guy, or he fought at 140.
I don't think they're going to have any excuses. I'm just saying, I just think that those are the rules. I don't know anything about that.
Tank, Ryan, do you have an official prediction? How do you see the fight going?
I just want to see a good fight, man. I really don't. I'm not even concerned. My guy Frank Martin, number 2. Ryan Garcia is number 1. So it doesn't really matter who wins the fight.
Well, Frank Martin, right, with his rise, what's next one? There's been a lot of talk with Keyshawn. We got Keyshawn right over there. What do you think about that?
I'm not worried about that, man. We just worried about everything that's in front of us. We're not looking backwards.
You feel like a title shot is looking forward, and maybe Keyshawn will be moving backwards then?
I think that he's got to keep fighting. That's all I'm saying. I think that I'm only has like 10. How many fights? 10
Keyshawn got to think like 5 or 6 fights.
What are you talking about? Goddamn, man. I love Keyshawn. He's my man, but it doesn't even make sense for him to do it.